Let's begin our today's geography class with lesson number 10, which is the last lesson of our syllabus. Lesson number 10, human occupations. Okay, so let's continue with this lesson. Let's understand the meaning of occupation first. Occupation means what, children? It is job or profession. Like, what is my occupation? My occupation is I am a teacher. I teach, isn't it? So my occupation is teacher. Someone works in the office, so it is its occupation. It is occupation, isn't it? So basically occupation is what? Job or profession, work a person do, that is said to be the occupation. Okay, so types of occupations. Now, which are the various types of occupations? First is the primary occupation, children. Let's understand its meaning first. Activities which are directly dependent on nature. That means this occupation is dependent on nature only. The things which we collect from the nature, like collecting wood from the forest, comes under primary occupation. Collecting rubber or resin from the plant comes under primary occupation. So the activities or the work which are dependent on nature is said to be the primary occupation, and whose products are obtained from nature are called primary occupation. What is the secondary occupation? Occupations dependent on primary occupation are called secondary occupation. Unless and until we get the material from nature, we cannot start with the secondary occupation. So the occupations which are dependent on primary occupations, they are said to be the secondary occupations. Now, tertiary occupations, the occupations which provide complementary or extra service, which helps primary and secondary occupation. Basically, they are said to be tertiary occupations. Understood the meaning of complementary or extra service which is provided to primary and secondary occupation is said to be the tertiary occupation. Quaternary occupation. Now, this is the special occupation. Why special? Because you need a special expert people here. Services which require what, children? Special expertise or expert people, they are said to be the quaternary occupations. Let's take example of doctor, lawyers. It comes under what, children? Quaternary occupation, because there you need a special skill, isn't it? I cannot become a doctor, isn't it? Doctor can become a teacher, but I cannot become a doctor, isn't it? So there you need a special expertise. You have to study, you have to gain knowledge, then only you can come under quaternary occupation. Understood the basic meaning of all these types of occupations? Primary, which we get from the nature, which is dependent on nature. Secondary, which is dependent on primary occupation. Tertiary occupation, which where the complementary or extra service is provided to primary and secondary occupation. And quaternary, where you need special expert people, they are said to be the quaternary occupations. Engineers comes under quaternary occupations, isn't it? This picture will tell you more, or will explain you more, will make clear about all these different types of occupations. Like, this is the primary occupation, no? The man who looks after the cows and buffaloes, this comes under the primary occupation, isn't it? This man just looks after the cows and buffaloes. This also comes under primary occupation. This woman, she is taking out the milk, comes under primary occupation, because we get from the nature, na? This is the primary occupation, the things which we get from the nature. But once that milk is collected here, now this comes under what, children? Secondary occupation. This milk collection center comes under secondary occupation. Okay. But now when the same milk is loaded on the truck, this comes under tertiary occupation. See, this one is dependent on primary occupation. That's why this is the secondary occupation. Unless and until this milk collection center will have the milk, this secondary occupation cannot start. So it is all dependent on primary occupation. That's why it is said to be a secondary occupation. Once it gets the milk, it is transported through truck. So this transportation facility, special complementary service which is given to these milk centers, so these truck drivers, it comes under what, children? Tertiary occupation. Let's continue with the same picture. Now if you see here, na, you need, now here this man is tasting the quality of the milk. This will come under, children, it comes under quaternary occupation. You need special expert people here. You need scientists. You need special expertise who can test the quality of the milk. Anybody cannot do it. So this comes under quaternary occupation. Okay, even the shopkeeper, yes, it comes under tertiary occupation only, because this shopkeeper will take the products. So this is the tertiary, extra complementary service which is given to all these types of, this comes under tertiary occupation. Understood basically the meaning? Same picture, it shows all types of occupations. So farmers who produce the sugar cane, it comes under primary occupation. See, these laborers, no, who are taking out those sugar cane from the these fields, primary occupation. Now once this is loaded on the truck, isn't it? Transport of sugar cane, isn't it? See here, this transport, it comes under secondary occupation. This man is just taking, So this occupation is dependent on primary occupation. This is the secondary occupation. Once it is provided to the factory, it is given to the factory. This sugarcane being collected at the factory. This is again the, we can say, tertiary occupation, because this is the extra service which we are giving to this primary and secondary occupation. This is the extra service we are providing, isn't it? This man cannot load all this sugarcane in the factory. So this tertiary occupation comes for help. Okay, then after this, no, then it is inspection and maintenance of the machinery in the factory. There you need a special expert people, yes, these there you need expert people. So this comes under quaternary occupation, isn't it? The man who is driving the truck cannot check the maintenance of these machines, cannot look after the machines. So this is the quaternary occupation. Now processing of sugarcane juice, processing also comes under quaternary occupation. There also you need special expert people who know the knowledge of these machines, how to run these machines. So this comes under quaternary occupation. Then sugar production and quality check. Yes, sugar production and quality check, all these, this also comes under quaternary occupation, isn't it? Sacks of sugar being carried. This is again tertiary occupation, extra service which is given. Sale of sugar, again tertiary occupation, extra service which we are giving, isn't it? Again I want to repeat this. Primary occupation, just collection from the nature. Primary occupation, which is dependent on nature. Then this sugarcane is collected by this man, secondary occupation, because he is dependent on all these labors, is dependent on all these fields to get the sugarcane. His role is finished here, secondary occupation, which is dependent on primary occupation. Now this man has provided this sugarcane to the sugarcane factory. Now this sugarcane is being collected in the factory. Tertiary, special service which is given to the primary and secondary occupation, isn't it? So this is the tertiary occupation. Now once it goes into the factory, maintenance of the machine, again special expert people, so quaternary occupation. Processing of the sugarcane juice, quaternary occupation, because there also you need special expert people who knows the machine. Then quality checking, again expert people, quaternary occupation. Sacks of sugar being carried, tertiary occupation, because this is again complementary service we are giving, extra service we are giving to the primary and secondary, so tertiary occupation. Sale of sugar, again tertiary occupation, isn't it? Extra service which you are providing. Now let's look at this pie charts, children. Look at this pie chart. Percentage of manpower engaged in various. Now this comes for developing and developed countries. Now what is the meaning of developing and developed countries? Developing means, children, the countries which are still, they are developing, they are progressing. They are said to be the developing countries. And developed countries, which has enough, the countries which has enough money, they can invest money in many projects, isn't it? So they are said to be the developed countries, progressed, whose progress has already done. They are said to be the developed countries. Like if we talk about Bangladesh, no, it is the developing countries. Still they are progressing. Why they are progressing and why they are said to be developing countries? Because see, the countries where more people are involved in primary occupation is said to be developing countries. You know very well, from primary occupation, people get very less money. If you look at these pictures, here. Now, this person who is doing the inspection or maintenance will get more money than these laborers, isn't it? So this will get less money, this occupation will have the less income, this occupation and this occupation will have more income, more money, isn't it? So that is the case. So countries here, more number of people involved in primary occupation, that's why they are said to be the developing countries, isn't it? Then very less secondary occupation and very less tertiary occupation. Okay, but if you see United Arab Emirates, see more people involved in tertiary occupation, complementary service, then secondary occupation, and very little percentage they have for primary occupation, very less people engaged in primary occupation. So they are said to be developed countries. Progress is already made. If you see Turkey, it has equal distribution of all the three types of occupations. It is also said to be the developed countries. But which is more progressed out of these three? Of course, the United Arab Emirates, isn't it? So these two are the developed countries. Okay, children. So this is the pie chart. Now this particular question you will get in the PDF also. So you will draw these pie charts in your notebook also, and below that you will write the question answers. You will get the PDF of this lesson. Okay, children. So understood this? Basically, what is the meaning of occupation and what are its different types? Okay. With this picture, I think it will become more clear. See, this is the primary occupation which we get from the nature, dependent on nature, plants. Then secondary occupation, this man is all dependent on the nature to have their product. So this is the secondary occupation which is dependent on primary occupation. And then it is sugarcane being collected in the factory, tertiary occupation, because this is the extra service which is given to this secondary and primary occupation. So this is the tertiary, extra complementary service. Inspection and maintenance of the machines will be done by the expert people, so comes under quaternary occupation, special. Again, processing of sugarcane juice also quaternary occupation, because again you need special expert people who knows the knowledge of machines. Then sugar production and quality check, yes, quality check also quaternary occupation, special people. But sacks of sugar being carried, tertiary occupation. Okay, it will come under what, children? Tertiary occupation, because this is the special service which again we are giving. And then sale of sugar, this is the tertiary, extra service which we are giving to primary and secondary occupation. Okay, so understood the difference between developing and developed countries. Developing, still they are developing, they are progressing, they need more money. And developed countries, they have enough money, so they are already, their progress is already done, so they are said to be the developed countries. Okay, so but why they are developing countries? Because they have more people involved in primary occupation. And why they are said to be the developed countries, progressed countries? Because they have more people engaged in either tertiary or special quaternary occupation. So that's why they are said to be the developed countries. Okay, children, so this is all for your lesson number 10 today. And along with the video of this lesson, you will get a PDF of question answers of this lesson. Do it without fail in your notebook. Okay, and soon we will begin with our revision. Okay.